All right. And today I'm getting into the SAT April 2021 QAS. I'm looking for my phone so that I can at least start my timer. So give me a second. All right, so I'm looking into the 2021 April US QAS. Today I have very little time, so I'm just going to kind of hurry. Let's get started. I just started time, getting settled, fixing my mic, and I'm going to restart time. All right, so I'm getting started with the 2021 April US School Day Administration QAS. I'm about to start time right now. Let's get going. Oh, this is a person. Okay. She's doing a silent newsreel, which, okay. So she's gonna get dubbed or something. Because pneumatic tubes sound like pung, pung. He films around the bund. She's doing sort of typical Shanghai things from America. She must try rickshaw. She didn't expect that much modernization. Right, over here. I wonder what Grauman's theater, but anyway, basically she was expecting a more ancient style cafe. Oh, it's another term for China. I had no idea. Okay. More Chinese. This is a parallel structure over here where we're talking about the Chinese compradors, amas, monks. More than she's ever seen, and this she keeps to herself like an extra. Her Chanel suits. The world's best dressed woman in 1934. That's pretty good for a Chinese actress. Or a Hong Kong actress. Wow. Okay, not a good relationship. Action. Hmm. So she's being polite, right? So that's kind of interesting paragraph. They're also being polite. She's being polite. They're not being assertive. She's not being assertive. Or she's giving them control. There's a lot of miscommunication here. This is a good thing, bad thing? I don't understand. His rhythms. That's the connection, but I don't fully understand. What's the focus of this story, man? She's she switches over from the Western to the Chinese Chipao. Hmm. This is a major transition, though. Now she's invisible. To rent her wardrobe, she's gonna use these. Oh my god, that's such an understated paragraph. Okay, so that's 6 minutes and 30 seconds. That took me a while. It was a longer story, though. Her ancestral history is too exaggerated. Her career as an actress too broad. I don't know about compares customs. Okay, there is a project called to reflect on our place in a particular culture. Yeah. She stands out and then she's invisible. This happens at the very beginning at the top left. Because she knows she requires an interpreter. That's line 3. Her initial reaction, China, it's modern. Yep. Right now we're at 7:45. Bottom left. She basically from 18 to 20 or 17 to 22. 17 through 22. So annoying. All right. 14 through 16 or 22 to 25? Not 14 to 16. Okay, yeah. 22 to 20, 23 to 25. Right, because it starts over here. That's perfect. That is 8:30. $32 to and 78. I think this is the contrast where she no longer, right. She stopped standing out by the time she. Right. Perfect. That's that perfect parallel. Here we go. At first, she stood out as a Westerner, and then later on, sure, successfully assimilate. That's too strong. Materialistic fame, no. Participation, disregard for. Yeah, no. Yeah, she's trying to figure out how to stand out, or not stand out. It's kind of a tough question. I think I'd have to go back and explain that. Fifth paragraph. I'll just explain it. $33, $36. It's a little bit of a little self-congratulation there. Have not spoken. That's too strong. Current success and modest upbringing. Yeah, that does do that. Numerous. We don't know. And details about trajectory. It's too. It's too much. 10:05. A photograph of newsreel. This is at the bottom of the right side. No, it's not. It's at the top over here. Take. A response to this act propels her to reassess how she's presenting herself to others. Then she goes into Chipao. So that's basically correct. 11:05. I didn't predict that answer, but that makes sense. Moving on. 75. She can't remember. Oops. The last time she felt that way. Dressing in Chipao causes Anna to feel more anonymous. Yeah, not comfortable, not appreciation. Yep. We're at 11:35. Item purchase will later serve. Yeah, she will later use it as stuff to rent. 11:45. I just want to double check something real quick. Was it the remember? Yeah. Cool. Now we're going into. It's 12:02 right now. I'm about to get started into the second passage. Started on the second passage. All right. So this is the rare conservative argument that defends the free markets. Nice. I'm trying to finish this reading by 18 minutes. Okay, we have 7 studies. Okay, this is the reason. Selfish intent, we extrapolate, must be bad. We disregard that it can have positive consequences. And not all situations are zero sum. Right. In the first study, the more profitable, the more bad. Experts say the opposite. Well, that's not very good evidence, guys. Participants were presented with vignettes. The exact same companies. The fact that they are for profit makes them look bad. That's interesting. Attenuate, they weaken their anti-profit bias. Okay. Weaken their anti-profit bias if they prompted. So I would know the word as in tenuous. So attenuate, tenuous. So weaken. Long-term profit motive could encourage innovation quality, treatment of staff, and concern for reputation. That's an interesting idea. However, this doesn't come naturally. In like close to monopoly situations. Wow, this is interesting. Regardless of whether Republican or not. Also, by the way, this is also a U.S. study. Interesting. Those are 2 different qualifications at the very end right there. We're at 16:30. I have another minute and a half. We're good. Perceived profit and perceived societal value. The more profit. Right, that makes sense. The more profit, the less value. So pro sports. Oh, but look at software. Look at software up here, man. Okay. So that definitely breaks the trend. Apparently this was written before 2017 or whenever. Yeah, dude. 20. Yeah, because technology companies started getting a really bad reputation in the last couple of years. That was 1720. Okay. Now I want to finish this by 24 minutes. 24 minutes. The main purpose is to analyze research that claims to show that an erroneous... Nope, not less widespread. Illogical position. Even after recognizing faults. Yeah, we don't know all that. We don't know leads to negative outcomes for people. Yeah, okay. We don't have the leads to negative outcome. It's firmly established within a particular equals. This is US, by the way. Ooh, that one's tough. The particular population makes it really tough, but yes, firmly established. It's firmly there. We're just talking about the statistics of it. 1810 right now. It just shows their perspective. Okay. Consensus, ways of overcoming, potential consequences. Is it origin or consequence? Believe this leads, no, consequences, yeah. That's 1855. 30 positive most nearly means. Yeah, beneficial. Oh yeah, there we go, in 1910. Strongly suggests that one overlooked influence on the behavior. The thing that's overlooked is that reputation and stuff like that. Typical increased losses. Nope. That's the thing that people. Right. This is reputation. The leaders are aware. No. The leader's awareness is not useful. Anyway, this is good enough. I already know it's the reputation. And the reputation, it comes out in kind of the bottom of the side. Right, because this has the positive, and so we're going to talk about the reputation. Yeah. They need to behave. They need to innovate. So these are all the beneficial things. These are so from 35 to 38, we have the we fail to consider these good things. So from 33 to 38, we get all that. Oops. My iPad's being really laggy. What the? Hang on. Okay. 32. Yeah, we fail to consider. Okay. We fail to consider those things. That is 2035. Okay. So that took me a minute and 25 seconds. Naturally, line 63 is... It doesn't seem to come intuitively, is basically the word I'm looking for. Oh my God, it's right there. 2055. Okay. It can reasonably be inferred from the passage that compared with U.S. people who are critical of capitalism, U.S. people who are supportive of capitalism are likely to be equally... Oops. Yeah, they're equally bad. They're not equally bad. Yeah, because this comes out at the very last two sentences. Because of this word, regardless of the economic leanings. That's 69 and 71. And there we go. So that's 2130. Which industry do people perceive to be the least profitable? Not pro sports on the left side, book publishers, which makes perfect sense. Okay, 2145. And now, which choice most accurately summarizes participants' views of the societal value of the pro sports industry? Basically, they make a lot of profit and they suck. Not below average. No, not to the... Participants' views. We're focused. Would have more value. Hang on, what? Participants' views of the society value. Hang on, let's double check. It makes more money than profit. It makes more money than anything else, and it has the least societal value. And we're talking about participants. Am I misreading something here? I mean, I feel like the word inaccurately doesn't reflect participants. It reflects the... Participants? What the hell? what does the word? Yeah, we're talking about participants. So we're not about the researchers. So society would not be better if the industry. The hell? This is wasting my time. Oh, I see. Better if they did not exist equals 0. Okay. Would not be better if they cease to exist. I just needed to read that. Oh my god, that took. Oh, I thought I was gonna be at like 23. I thought I was gonna. But anyway, I'm exactly at 24, which is where I want it to be. But god, that was annoying. I misread that infographic. Huge waste of time. Moving the cheese. What does moving the cheese mean? And then there's this argument, no use. Okay. Wow. These super smeller mice. Okay. Deletion of a gene. Which usually leads to being sick because most mutations are harmful, but it's not true if you delete this gene. It lets potassium ions into cells. From photoreceptors. Okay. Like governors on an engine, restricting the firing rate. Aha, okay. Okay, so then if you delete the thing that governs it, then now you can smell like crazy. So lower thresholds means more sensitive, and higher frequencies means like more frequently. Rain means slow down. So okay, supposedly you're supposed to be able to get these messages that tell you, "Hey, stop smelling," but they don't get them. Imagine suddenly being able to smell everything. So overwhelming. Oh, that's interesting. Structural changes in the bulb. Lots of glomeruli. Twice as many processing, like CPUs, more CPUs. The resolution of the signal, like I can be able to tell the difference between the faint odors. Huge increase in sensitivity. I'm trying to figure out what's good about this. This is such an interest. None of them intended. We were looking for something in the hearing department. All right. So if there is a point to this, it's only about how the brain is very complex and something crazy can happen. We're at 28:50. I want to just finish the reading by 30 minutes to stay on time. So mean percent of success of mice. This is the success on the left. Buried in litter scented with various dilutions. Okay, so dilution factor. The more diluted, the more difficult it is to go. So obviously, if they're deleted, okay, this is the part I want to focus on. But on the left side, it's pretty much the same. It's the same percentage find it, except for some reason this 1 million group. But yeah, this 1 million group, for some reason they had like a 100% success rate, but it's pretty similar with minor improvements over here. Yep. It's basically because it's like kind of more black white. It's not as much of a gradient as I expected. Okay, I'm kind of interested in this definition of success, but I'm going to move on. Not a new species. The results of a yes. The roles, nope. Different genes, nope. 30-15. Yeah, just to make analogies to the kind of unusual nature. Sure, not practical implications. No, we're not defining a term. No, yeah, because Superman and Spider-Man are unusual, and this smell is also unusual. This superpower is unusual. Oh, similar. I don't remember that. Let me come back to that in a second, because I feel like that can come later. Generated 26 most nearly means using mice generated, basically modified or generated. They were not produced, I guess. That's kind of an interesting word for that, but okay, maybe scientists just produce mice. But yeah, insensitive to most nearly means were insensitive to, yeah, they were unreceptive of, they were unresponsive to. Yes, there we go. 31:30. Okay. Oh, I should note that I skipped this. The fewer the number of mutant cells, the more powerful the sense of mice is in mice. We're not about the number of cells here. I feel like this makes no logical sense, the second one. The fewer the number of glomeruli, yes, the less sensitive. Okay, you want smaller? Yes, this is basically just true. I'm gonna, I don't even need it. Because they had smaller glomeruli, but they had more, which allowed them to become more sensitive. That's bottom left, top right. 44 to 49. $42 to $45. Let's just double check. $42 to $45. Yeah. According to the passage, the discovery of the super smelling rice was unexpected because they were looking for audio. Audio not existed. Hearing, yep. Where do we have the similar smell? Okay, I'm looking at similar smell. I just want to look at similar smell. Right now we were at 33 minutes. Right now it's 33:05, so I'll just say 33:05. But where's the similar smell stuff? Okay. Okay. Subtle, I see. So that's 53 53 to 55. Okay, so that was 53 to 55, 52 to 55. That's 33, 40. Okay. So then we come back down to over here. The figure, the mean percent success was no greater than 50, for which of the following? If we're talking about the wild, so this is looking for the right side. No greater than 50. So right now we're at 50 over here for the 10 billion and above. 10 billion to 10 trillion. Hang on, where are we? $34, $30. Trying to finish this by 36 to stay on time. According to factor, at which factor did the mean percent success remain above for both? At which did it still remain above? Above what? Above 90 for both. Yeah, only the first one, 100. Okay, we're at 3510. Which statement best supports what the author considers the most surprising finding? That's the sensitivity. Yeah, that must be the sensitivity. And specifically, the most surprising finding is this 1 trillion thing. 1,000 times more dilute. Right? Because they can only do 1 billion. 1 trillion, 1 billion is two differences. Is 1,000-fold difference. Because we're thinking about the figure here. Where's the trillion? What? Shouldn't it say trillion? No, that's not surprising. A decline is not useful. Both had an increase in success. We're not talking about this has to say trillion. So 22. Yeah, we're supposed to look for. Hang on. This is wrong, but 31 has to be trillion. And I don't want to spend more time on this because I'm already like a minute and 10 seconds behind. But there must be a typo here. Frustrating. But it's what happens when the SAT doesn't share the QAS. Makes no freaking sense. Hey, act like any of the other test prep companies, or not test prep, the testing companies, and just release the thing. High quality QAS, please, for everybody who wants to study. Anyway, here we go. So frustrating. 32 to 42. This is the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, here we go. He's probably talking about himself right now. That's his background. He's being humble. It could be for Africa. He's dedicating the whole thing for Africa, the whole prize. Torn with strife, racial conflict. How strange, how ironic when our continent is in a mess, is in war. I'm awarded for peace. There can be no peace until oppression is overthrown. So he feels there's a little bit of an irony or a tension there. There's some tension there. Like he's not fully on the side of peace per se. Carved up by the great powers. Oops, what happened there? Okay, so we are actually it's funny because as Lutuli, I'm basically saying you Europeans are giving me an award for peace, but I'm actually on the side of revolution. Our continent has been screwed by Europe, and we deserve our dignity, our equality, our sovereignty, our independence. You should understand this. A longer series. You had a worse series of revolution in which your backwardness gave way to industrialization. Don't be a hypocrite. You should understand this. Your age of revolution encompassed some of the bloody, it was worse than ours. It lasted longer. By comparison, it's only less than a decade within sight of our own generation. By comparison, is comparatively bloodless. There is a paradox. How great is the paradox? How much greater the honor on the award in support of peace and the brother of man should come to one who is a citizen of a country where the brother of man is an the brotherhood where because of apartheid. This is South. Very powerful speech, honestly. I can imagine this very powerful speech. I can imagine being roused by this speech. Okay. We are not deterred. Where black and white can live in brotherhood. You support peace and brotherhood? Well, you come to a person who is not being given peace and brotherhood. So it's kind of an interesting irony there. 43 to 33. 43:30 is what I meant to say. Let's go. That's a powerful speech. I almost got chills, but I didn't have the time to get chills because I read it too fast. The main focus. Focus from the revolution to what you should. Oh. Okay, sure. Significance of an award to discussion of the struggles to achieve the. Yeah. Why me? Nope, not quite. That had to be surmounted. The obstacles that had to be surmounted. Nope. No, the impact on the people. Nope. 4430. Doing process elimination always is slower. I don't want to always do process elimination, but in this case, I don't know, maybe I was being lazy. I didn't want to make a prediction. Point of view in the passage is called can be best described as that of a cautious, nope. Resolute, yes. Reformer, yes. He's on the side of revolution, actually. Harsh critic is a little too negative. Primarily serves to show his humble upbringing. Not uniquely qualified, no. Emphasis on honor. Yes. 45-15. Moving on. Are a manifestation, are just a natural outcome of just like the unfairness of the people just want their rights. And that's just yes. Not without precedent. Worldwide. Okay, yeah. So yeah, 45. Is that bottom left or top right or something? Are reclaiming. They're doing all this thing, right? We have this but now. Now we're doing all this. Now we're doing all this. Now we're doing all this. Thus, the basis is being restored. So I'm looking for 46. From 40 something to 46. Ooh, it happens earlier than that. 35-37 is the latest one. Okay, this is the inevitable. There can be none. There can be none. That is 30. That is 20. 26. Hey? Let me just double check. 24, 27. I got the numbers wrong. So 24 to 27. Oh, I did get the numbers wrong. 24 to 20. Ours is a continental revolution against. There can be no peace. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. Basis most nearly means. The basis for peace. In this turmoil is being restored. Something is being restored by the resurrection of all this. The possibility. Not the evidence of peace, the foundation. There we go. The foundation. 40. Yeah. It can reasonably be inferred views in part as you fought as an example. You fought that way. Now we'll fight this way, but we'll just do it better. Uninspiring outcome. Yeah. No. This just the economy, but indirectly. Radical objectives, no. C is a little overly negative. I'm gonna focus on the inspiring outcome right now, because I want to just find. Yes, new age of industrialization, the golden age. Yeah, we have good. Yeah, that's good enough. And I would just move on at this point. Yep. And that line number was 50 to 48 through 53. We're comparing revolutions. We're making the assumption that, okay, I don't know. No, not different obstacles. Not share prosperity. To the same outcomes. Yes. The leaders of Europe reckon what they're aware of. No, we're not talking about what they're aware of. 49, 30. Okay. So we're moving pretty quick. I want to finish by 52 minutes. Is it 50? No, I want to finish by 48 minutes, but this is taking a little longer. Uh-oh. Is more commendable because it's fast and less violent. Okay, 50, 15. I zoned out because I was just looking at the time and I'm like late to the thing I'm basically late. So, rhetorical strategy in 65, 78, 78. How great is this paradox and now we have this whole list where this should come to a man where all of these bad things are happening in a list. Repetitive content to emphasize God. Yes, that's basically correct. Repetitive. I looked at that word repetitive. That was right because I was thinking about this list. The list. 51 minutes. I'm gonna pause real quick because I actually have to at least message someone that I'm gonna be late. Okay, let's finish this off. All right, so now I'm getting started again. Here I am at 51:08. Let's go. Final passage. 14 minutes remaining, or 13 minutes-ish remaining. Phobos got its grooves. I assume we're talking about the actual Phobos is falling apart. Ooh, two different. One is way more positive sounding. And this is only 1 year apart. Impacts, which scarred Phobos. Hits Mars, there's a backwash, and it scars Phobos. Parallel grooves, so it's like scratching it up. The origin still heavily debated. Only one holds water. The grooves are chains of secondary impacts. Yeah. Mars Express. we mapped them in much greater detail than before, and the amount of material needed to form is about 2 orders of magnitude lower than the total ejecta from the craters. Yeah, so yeah. We can even trace the ejecta. So basically, what the ejecta are the things that bounced off of Mars. I shotgun Mars, and then there's gonna be like shrapnel, or it's gonna be like reflected ejecta, and that's gonna scratch up the moon. Previously, so this is the wrong one. With all hypotheses. Doesn't fit with other fracture fields. Huh. Local impacts. On the moon itself, that kicked up ejecta that shower Phobos, creating grooves. A related hypothesis. I'm gonna have to just boulders or orbiting debris, but none can explain all those. Okay, so many different ideas. $54.35. That formed the crater. Okay. So this is the local one. That's the local. The grooves don't radiate. Right. Of course, if it's local. Oh. Yeah, a focal point. Which one? Okay, ejected from Mars. Okay, I see. Nearby as in Mars. Oh my god, we're back to the title. But new modeling. Okay, so we're having. Oh, we're actually going. We're going backwards on this stuff. We're walking back on all of these stuff in the previous one. The pull between Mars and Phobos produces these tidal forces. The tidal forces one was the one they were most dismissive of in the previous one. Barely holding together. So more or less solid versus barely holding together. That's the change. That's the change. Okay. Can distort easily because it's weak. Behaves elastically and to fail as in produce grooves. Okay. Tidal forces can produce to fracture the surface. This model, right, the predictions line up very well. The fractures line up very well. Which would be the case if the process that creates them is ongoing. Wow. 57:20. So I have 8 minutes or 7.5 minutes. Oh, by the way, some grooves are younger. Oh, which definitely helps me believe it's tidal. That makes me believe it's tidal. Unless we have evidence that there's new craters, new ejecta. The passage one believe they have identified it in the ejecta. Using new data, from 17 through 23, but especially 26 through 28. We can even find it. Yeah, we can even find it. 58, 30. 13 chains most nearly means the grooves are chains of secondary impact. Are strings of secondary impacts, yeah. Line 56 radiate most nearly means, where's rate 56? They don't, they don't like kind of, they don't reverb, like they don't scatter, they don't extend, right? The grooves don't extend outward from the crater itself. Doesn't sort of radiate outward. Scatter's a little too messy of a word. Okay, so passage 2, Hereford, was sufficient. Hang on, let me make sure Hereford's the right person. I didn't circle the name, but yes, yeah, it is sufficient. Tidal forces are sufficient to produce tidal forces at correct. Yes. The primary function of sentences 66 to 69. By analogy, it gives an analogy to explain how it would work in Mars. Question? No. Yeah. We're at 5950. The grooves are unlikely to have formed in a single event. The new stuff. Some grooves are younger, so this is 90 to 93. Oh, sorry. So the question says, which finding? Details, different age. Yes. Yeah. 60, 20. I have 4 minutes left. They completely disagree. They do not. Yes. It doesn't challenge the data. It actually they kind of ignore each other. It is dismissed in passage 1. Completely dismissed. At the bottom left of that page, it's completely, no one supports it. Something like that, right? Stickney crater formed when like a crater hit Phobos. Yeah, that's basically all it was. 6110. Yeah, that's the local one. I mean, if I really want to double check, it's over here. Stickney, there we go. All right, so there's that. And then, which choice best describes how Hereford would most likely react to Murray's view in passage 1 of the hypothesis that tidal forces created fractures on Phobos? Hereford would be like, yo, you trying to disrespect me? An understanding that's inaccurate. This is a little broad, but sure. Egg-shaped photos? No, it's not even. That doesn't really come out. Unlikely to be sufficient. We never talked about production of sufficient ejecta in the second part. Yeah, they both agree that it's not by stick. Yeah, okay. 6235. Yeah, so we just want to say your dismissal is based on an understanding that is inaccurate. It's based on an understanding that is inaccurate. Let's look at the top of that one first. Oh, right, that's this part. At the time, however, right, so the same explanation came a long time ago, and this is the inaccurate one. The recent thinking. So 70 to 76 is the important part. Okay, we have to look at, it's probably 72 to 76, but let me just double check. At the time, yeah, 72 to 76. Because 70 to 72 is just random historical fact. But 72 to 76 explains the weakness. So that's 6340. And the only thing I really want to double check right now is that really weird billion versus trillion one. It's really annoying. Look, the most surprising finding is definitely the most amazing change was a huge increase in sensitivity. They were able to find 1,000 times more dilute. So I'm not focusing on minor changes like in A and C is just talking about minor weird changes there. Okay. From 10,000 to 100. And we're not talking about tenfold increases. Okay. Whereas this is actually the opposite direction. The wild type mice have better than 50% success of retrieving the food reward of up to 1 billion, whereas the have better than 50% at retrieving the food reward. This is a typo. This is a typo. It has to say trillion. Yeah, so that's correct. All right, guys, that is it. I don't have the time to review all the answers right now, so I must go. I will see you guys in the next one. Just a little stressed out right now. Gotta hurry. Peace.